This
Sridhar.
conference will now be recorded.
So, have you done this scenario, or did you understand at least what is my requirement here? What happened? Okay, so I'll leave it for today. Try with other solutions if you did not complete. Okay, next. Category subcategory wise sales, correct? So when we discussed about parameters, when we are passing a parameter, from that we are able to extract a respective sale amount of the parameter, and the remaining sale amount is 0, correct? So let me write a calculated field again. So before to that, let me create a parameter. What is that parameter name? Cut para string. From the list I am importing the values from orders table, subcategory column. Let's apply this show parameter. So whenever I select, I have to pass a sale amount of the respective subcategory. At CLF. So how to write a calculated field? If cut para is equal to subcategory, correct? Then sales else 0 enter. So as of now, we wrote the calculation by using the disaggregated measure. How I am saying disaggregated measure? If any column, when you drag it to the report, if it shows as with any aggregation, by default it is showing as a sum as a aggregation. But if any calculation showing with your required aggregation or anything, that means your calculated built on disaggregated measure. If you open the calculated field also, if you look at after then, what is your result? I am resulting sales. Sales is a column which is disaggregated measure. How I am saying this as a disaggregated measure? Because I am taking direct sale amount, direct sales column. I am not manipulating any sales column. For example, if I can able to write a sum of sales like this is a aggregated measure. Got it? This is a aggregated measure. So when I am writing sum of sales, it is returning the calculation contains errors. So what is the error? Cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregate comparisons. Cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregate comparisons. Here, where is the aggregate comparison? This is the aggregate comparison. Got it? You are aggregating your measure for selective dimensions. What is the selective dimension? This is. So this comparison is disaggregated because it is value by value verification. So subcategory column obviously returns how many values? 17 subcategory values. You are aggregating your measure. So you have to define this measure should be aggregated at what level? Specific subcategory. So if you mention subcategory column like this, it get confused. So where it has to be aggregated. Moreover, when you are using aggregated measure in the output, the comparison takes confusion. Subcategory parameter, this is aggregated. Why I am saying aggregated? Because it contains only one value. If you select the drop down and look at, it might have a number of values, but parameter holds only one value. So this parameter obviously will have only one value. So for one value, there is no aggregation. But whereas comes to here, it has 17 values. So this is comparing with 17 values. So your measure has to be aggregated for equal conditioned subcategory. So you have to define, there is a function in Tableau attribute attr. So using this, you can aggregate your dimension. So it it means your measures get aggregated for the selective dimension. The comparisons between two dimensions became aggregator. How I am saying aggregator? Let's take a simple example of a matrix form. 3 by 2 matrix. What is 3 by 2? Third row, second column. Third row, second column. So that value is a specific value in the matrix. 2 by 2, 2 by 3. What does that means? Second row, third column. That is a specific, that defines a specific value in the matrix form. Similarly, attr also, it defines a specific value of a subcategory, so that your measure get aggregated to that level. Otherwise it get confused where this measure need to be aggregated among the 17 values. Moreover, when you are using output with aggregated function, your comparison also must be aggregated. Got it? Value to value. So here it passes 17 values, so obviously it get confuses. So you have to pass attr. Got it? So like this, we have to write a calculated field. So like this, for example, I made the change in the existing calculation. Now that become invalid. If you look at it, correct? Let's remove that subcat clf. This is the one. Now drag it to the report. Now look at, this is agg of subcategory cells. Earlier how it shown, sum of subcat clf. Now agg of subcat clf. So if any calculated field, if any column, when you drag to the report, if showing like agg of, means this column already aggregated. So you cannot perform aggregation on top of aggregated column. Got it? So like this the way we can able to write. So you might have a question like, we already aggregated sum of sales, else 0. So still it is showing the same result of that. Yes, it shows the same result because remaining all are zeros. Only you aggregated to respective subcategory. The respective subcategories value, sum of sales being shown. But the sum of sales execution not completed when you drag to the report, because it is a pre-computation. Got it? So in your calculated field itself it is aggregated. Before to the report it was aggregated in the data pane. Got it? So when you are writing a calculation, you should aware of attr function. This is mandatory. Got it? Now, see, we have the sales values. I want to see the sales not with a single blue color. I have a requirement. I want to show the subcategories which has sales more than 3 lakhs. More than 3 lakhs has to be shown with the green color. Subcategory sales which has sales 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs should be shown with the yellow color. Subcategory sales less than 2 lakhs has to be shown with the red color. So can you able to write a calculation for that? Can you guide me now? Color sales CLF. Who is in the call?
We can
Mohan,
use
Sridhar,
that
Krishna
if
Prasad.
sum of sales greater than
If
sum
sum of sales,
greater than
hmm,
3 lakhs, then green. Else if sum of sales less than or equal to only two colors or any number of colors.
three colors, 2 lakhs to
Three
3
colors.
lakhs in the yellow,
So between sum of sales between
hmm, 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Huh?
mm, just between op and
We don't have between operator here.
less than, then some red or orange or something, dark red, yellow. Okay. Else if else direct else only.
1 second. Correct. So,
Mm.
so like this the way we can able to write a calculation. But the thing when you are writing, you should understand properly. Green. You can edit the colors. Okay. So like this the way you can segregate your data based on your metric performance. But this is the way of writing the calculation. Where is that color sales CLF? Let me duplicate this. Okay. So I am removing this condition. I'm removing this condition. apply this. Let's create a new sheet for that. I am dragging to the colors. Okay. Okay. So green there are two. For orange there are. So let's sort the order here. So I'm going to the default properties. Let's sort this manually. First green, then yellow, orange, red. Okay. Similarly here as well. Let's sort this manual, green, yellow, orange, red. That's fine. This is a green. Two. Yellow how many? There are three. Yellow how many? Three. Orange how many? 3 plus 2 5. Orange 3 plus 2 5. Red 3 plus 3 6 1 7. 3 plus 3 6 plus 1 7. If you look at both the report resulting same result, even there is no change between these two conditions. Here what I placed into the colors, color sales CLF. Here what I placed, color sales CLF. Here it should not be color sales CLF, right? It should be new color sales CLF. Let me edit the colors again. Green, green, orange, orange, red, red, yellow, yellow. Let me sort the order as well. That's it. Correct. Now green 2, green 2, yellow 3, yellow 3, orange 5, orange 5, red 7, red 7. Got it? So there are two calculations wrote in sheet 20 and sheet 21 for color segregation. Got it? But when I place it into the report, both resulting same result. How both results same? So when you are taking the scenario greater than 2 lakhs and less than 3 lakhs, obviously you have to define the range as well, right? Greater than 2 lakhs and less than 3 lakhs. Come to this new calculation, I did not specify anything. Got it? So let's open this. So when you're writing the calculations, it must be optimized. It should not be with the repeated conditional calculations. So for example, see sum of sales greater than or equal to 3 lakhs. So why I'm mentioning greater than or equal to 3 lakhs? If any subcategory if it has a sales more than 3 lakhs, is that executes under this greater than 2 lakhs condition? Let me open this. If you look at sum of sales greater than 3 lakhs, so greater than 2 lakhs. So my intention, why did I write that execution? Because if any subcategory is sales more than 3 lakhs might execute under the second statement. That is the reason I am using AND operator, and I am clearly mentioning sum of sales less than or equal to 3 lakhs. Correct. So why should we mention that? Is that required? Let's take an example. Book cases. So when you write any conditional statements, obviously what happens? It has to be verified against with the records. So here I'm using category and subcategories sales. So what it has to return? Sum of sales. Yes, it is passing book cases. Book cases sale amount. So let's take record by record execution. 1,15,000. 1,15,000 greater than 3 lakhs condition failed. Next statement. Great 1,15,000 greater than 2 lakhs condition failed. 1,15,000 greater than 1 lakh condition satisfied. Once a record satisfies one condition, obviously it cannot be executed under any if statement. It cannot move forward to execute under any other statement. Let me let's come to the second record. How much? 3,35,000. 3,35,000 greater than 3 lakhs condition satisfied. It returns one result. So obviously the chase record cannot be part of any other if statement. Am I right? This is the way the execution works. So chase once executed in one statement, it cannot be executed under any other statements. Yes, that is correct. That's the reason the cursor moves down for the third record verification. So it is not like 3,35,000. This is greater than 3 lakhs executed, and also there is a chance this record can also execute under greater than 2 lakhs. It cannot. It already executed under first statement. Got it? So when you are arranging your calculations, your comparison properly in your calculated field, you should avoid repetitive execution of the conditions. Otherwise it decreases your report performance. How it decreases report performance? You specified two conditions here for one record verification. Let's assume you have hundreds thousands of records. When you are executing a record for one statement, it has to verify how many state conditions? Two conditions. We are not sure whether this will be executed under this or not, whether this satisfies or not. Based on the conditions it gets satisfied. If does not satisfy that, it has to move down for the third if statement. So here also you have specified two conditions. So for each record has to verify how many extra conditions? Two extra conditions. Correct? So when you look at hundreds thousands of records for repetitive execution, millions of records, what happens? For repetitive execution, obviously decreases your report performance. Unwantedly you are only running this calculation, you are forcing your record to execute under two different statements unnecessarily. Correct? So as a developer you should aware, you should optimize your calculation when you are writing. So let's take an example of one more. Duplicate this. Okay, now like this the way I'm writing the calculation. Let's keep this. Okay, let's place this into the colors, orange, red. Okay, now if you look at all the records getting executed only under two statements, orange and red. So what I did nothing, just I change order of the executions. But if you look at overall, the calculations logic completely same, just I moved the position of the executions. So then what happens? Obviously it get executed in the wrong format. So sales greater than 1 lakh I mean 1 lakh 15 greater than 1 lakh, orange. This is orange. 3 lakh 35 greater than 1 lakh, obviously orange. This is 95,000 greater than 1 lakh, condition failed. Okay, obviously it will get failed in other conditions as well. Red, greater than 1 lakh, greater than 1 lakh. So whatever greater than 1 lakh will be executed under the orange. So remaining all less than or less than the 1 lakh sales will be part of red. If you look at here, correct. So like this the way the execution process runs. So in these cases, you have to specify repetitive condition. How you specified in the color, sales less than, greater than, and operator between. Similarly, you have to write here, but no need to write when you are specifying the conditions. You should be clear in what order you specified your condition. Okay, so this is the way you should write your conditions efficiently. So the order must be in a descending order, so that the highest value executes first. Accordingly, in a descending way, the your report sale amount get executes and which falls under the respective statement executions. Got it? So like this the way you have to write a calculation, you should understand how the tool is behaving for every execution. Got it? Okay, so we should not write the calculation as a new color sales CLF to your calculations must be in a descending order, then only you can see the accurate execution in the report. So let me show you one visualization which is not presented here. Okay, for example, like this is by default in a standard. You can go with the entire view. You can place labels, so it is showing the categories. Let's place sales into this. Correct. What is this visualization? This is pie chart visualization. So in the pie chart visualization, when you are creating this, mark type change it to pie. So the measure placed into the angles. What happened? Measure placed into the angles. How I am saying measure placed into the angle? Because the label of the measure sum of sales is in the angle. Moreover, sum of sales also in the size. So the size of the portion of each subcategory defined based on your metric performance. If anything is less means the performance is less. So if you look at 7.5 lakhs more than 8 lakhs, so all are similar. It's not more than 1 lakh difference. That's the reason you are unable to identify here. But it will be differentiated when you are using subcategories, because subcategories has a huge variation in their sales performances. If you look at what are the sizes are high, those will be the highest sale subcategories. For example, this and this one, correct? So like this the way. But whenever you are using a pie chart is very clear visibility for limited valued dimensions. So when you are using more number of dimensions, it won't give you a proper result. Got it? So the portion you cannot identify the contribution of the respective value in the business. To understand that, it must be limited values. Like this the way you can able to create a pie chart. So you know the donut chart, right? What is a donut? So it's like in the middle there is a empty circle, so that you can define that as a donut. So in Tableau we can create a donut, but the thing, the donut is not available here. So as a developer, you should understand how you can create a donut visualization. Okay, I'm creating a donut visualization now. Okay, let's create a one calculated field with zero, one constant. You can take any constant, but zero is a origin point that gives a very clear picture. Apply this. Let's place this zero into the rows. Okay, again drag this zero next to the zero. Got it? Now there are two zeros. It's very clear. You can make this as a pie chart. Okay, so when you make this as a pie chart, what happens? Two showing with two circles. Let's go with this. Two showing with two circles. See, you should think very logically to create this donut chart. So now I am creating these two in. I have two circles. To create a donut, I need two circles. But the thing, two must be aligned on the same axis. It should not have two different axes. It must be overlap one on one. so that I can able to increase one size, I can decrease one size, so that one circle in the middle, one circle above of that circle. Got it? So I'm trying in the next step is to create a dual axis. I have explained about the dual axis. Using the dual axis, what is happening? It is overlapping one on one. Correct? So let's go to the first zero marks card. So we have each measure will have independent marks card. So you can customize that. I'm increasing one measure circle size. If you look at this is the above circle, bigger circle. If you look at in the middle, there is one more circle. In the middle, there is one more circle. Correct? So I increased one space, one size of one circle, but there in the middle, one small circle. So to define that, so both are in the same color. So that is a problem. I am unable to identify that. So I am changing the color for the second circle. I am assigning the white color. Now donut was created. Got it? Now the donut was created. So for better practices, if you want, you can increase size as well. So based on the requirement, how do you feel comfortable with the visualization? You can go with that. Got it? So now donut was created. So now what we have to do? We have to do, we have to create a visualization first. How to create that visualization? Let's place sales into the angles. Here I don't want to touch this. Sorry, this is small circle. I don't want to touch this. It must be like white only. So I'm using the upper circle. So sum of sales placed into the angles, similarly sales placed into the colors as well, sizes as well. Accordingly I'm placing category into the colors. Colors of what? The first circle. If you look at in the second circle, nothing was placed. I'm placing in the first one. So what we have to do now? We have to place category into the labels. Similarly, we have to place sales into the labels. Clear? Now the donut was created. So for example, here it has a some tooltip. In the tooltip it is showing the zero. I don't want this tooltip. Let's select the second circle tooltip. Just you can delete this. Include command buttons, include selection by category. I don't want. Preview, nothing showing. Nothing showing if you look at it. Correct? So this is above circle. For above circle, it shows the respective values, the respective portions. Right click on it. Let's check synchronize axis. Both are synchronized now. So to make it very efficient, I don't want this. Right click on it. Let's go to edit axis. Include zero. I don't want to include the zero. Okay. So tick marks, automatic. Let's go with the none and check. Okay, let's go with the automatic as it is. So the title itself it is showing zero. I don't want this is title. Anyway, we are going to remove this. Let's go to show format. Here tick marks none. So we can remove the show header. Here also you can do show header, but the thing still it is showing this is circle, right? I mean this lines. Go to format, borders lines. For zero line it is showing. We don't want a zero line. Got it? Now it is a proper donut visualization. So it's very simple, but how you understood tool is very important. So then you will come up with multiple solutions. Got it? So the solution in your hands, but you should identify the approach will send you to the destination with by achieving the client requirements or not. That's in your hands. Okay. So like this way we can able to create a donut chart. This is just for an example. Like this we can create multiple visualizations. So I'm giving a scenario. I want to create a lollipop chart by showing the sales. So for example, I'm placing subcategory. I'm placing sales like this. So user expected, okay, this is fine. So this is very normal showing the sales. So showing the sales in the bars is very normal. So what he want, he want to create he want to replace this bar with a lollipop. You know the lollipop visualization, right? So he want this lollipop visualization in the report. Can you able to achieve that? That is your scenario. And the next one is category subcategory sales. Okay, this is the static visualization because this is completely static. I'm using category subcategory sales. I don't want this. I need a selection: sales, profit, quantity, discount. Whatever I select, accordingly my report has to show category subcategories and the respective measure. For example, let's assume here I'm selecting sales. So my report showing category subcategory sales. My title also category subcategory sales, category subcategory wise sales. If I select drop down and select profit, my report has to show same report has to show category subcategory with profit. Here also category subcategory wise profit title has to change. If I select quantity, my report has to show category subcategory wise quantity. The title also should change category subcategory wise quantity. If I select discount, my report has to show category subcategory and sum of discount. Got it? So write a calculation for this and show it in a single sheet. So what are the scenarios is pending? Yesterday's product dosage. Actually, this is a very simple one. So I thought if you achieve, if you show that I can remodify and I can make it a bit more complex, but you did not complete this one. Sheet 25 with the lollipop visualization. Okay, so it's a similarly bar, but it has to be shown like with a circle. That is a lollipop, correct? So my visualization itself should it should be like a complete lollipop visualization. Okay, sheet number 26. This is restricted for sales for now, so you should make this as a dynamic. So based on your selection of the metric, it has to show the respective sale amounts in the report, not the sales, the respective metric in the report, because it's not going to belong to only sales. It is going to be dynamic based on your selection. The report will show the respective metric. If you pass sales, profit, quantity, discount, your report will display discount. Got it? So take these three scenarios and scenario 3, scenario 2. Okay, then we'll connect tomorrow. I'll share this file post this meeting.